Speaking of losing, Council Chairman Mendelson, it would appear that DC's professional soccer team, DC United, has been having talks with a Democratic colleague of yours in Virginia by the name of Terry McAuliffe, who has apparently been attempting to woo the team from its deal that we thought was sealed here in Washington, D.C., over to Loudoun County. We talked about this on the air yesterday. We assumed this deal was all but sealed. Mayor Bowser said she stands behind what she calls a very generous deal to build a nearly $300 million stadium for the team. Council voted unanimously on it. What's going on here?
I don't know for sure what's going on. I will say this: I've heard the same thing. Everybody else has heard. The council last year adopted legislation that didn't just give a green light, but pretty much opened the road for the stadium to be built and the DC United to stay here in the district. And we not only passed the legislation, but you may remember there was a bit of a public dust-up between me and then Mayor Gray over funding, and ultimately we provided the funding as well. So there's really nothing in the way. There are no roadblocks, if you will, in the road toward getting the stadium built in the district. It's possible that DC United is trying to see if they can use this to change some terms of the deal. I think that would not necessarily be good faith. It's possible that Governor McAuliffe is just being his usual aggressive self about trying to recruit business to the Commonwealth of Virginia, which is part of what his job is. But I want to emphasize that, the district is the center of the region, and the district has shown that there's a very good fan base. Fans, even from the surrounding jurisdictions, are more than willing to come into D.C., and they're used to coming into D.C. There's no issue about site acquisition. There really isn't an issue about cost because the district is paying all of the site acquisition and the site development costs. All that's left to the team is what is the vertical costs, that is building the stadium. Presumably, unless Virginia is going to give them a free stadium, they would have the same cost in Virginia. So I don't think in the end that there are real advantages to Virginia. I think there's a delay. It will take more time. But I would like to see that the district get this buttoned down and we authorized eminent domain, if that's what it takes, that we go to court next week if possible, so that's everything's buttoned down and we're ready to start turning the dirt in a month.